We've all seen the gurus on social media showing off how they've made millions in trading, but how much capital do you actually need to make that type of money? So here we are. This is the compound calculator. This isn't anything complex. You can go and find this website yourself. So let's just have a look. How much do we need to have in our trading accounts to really be making millions of dollars, even hundreds of thousands of dollars consistently? So when I say consistently, I don't mean having a crazy great month where you've just flipped an account or you've made 20%. I'm talking about realistic consistent gains. So we could say 1-3% per month. That's kind of the average range. So 1 to 5 is great. So we're just going to average that off at 2.5%. Because obviously you'll have higher months, you'll have lower months, you'll have losing months, break-even months. So I think averaging 2.5% over the course of a year, 2 years, is perfectly reasonable to say. So let's just start with what we've got here, $5,000. So let's say per month we make 2.5%. And that's it. And we'll just put this over, let's say 1 year, and let's say we deposit monthly, let's say we deposit $200. And I think that, again, is quite realistic, because if you're trying to grow a trading account and you try to make big money, you obviously have to deposit into that trading account to keep that capital growing, along with the compound gains from profitable trades. So here you can see the total interest earned would be $2,000. So that's how much you would make. If you deposited $200 every month, you would have deposited a total of $2,400. You would actually gain on the realized gains $2,000. So that's not overly interesting. So you can see future investment value, you would be ending the year with $9,400. So you've essentially doubled your capital in the first year. Now let's move on into some slightly bigger numbers, because obviously, $2,000 is great, but that's not necessarily life-changing money. That's not private jet Lamborghini money. So let's start with $50,000. Now this is what you can get with funded accounts. So again, this is quite a good example. Now you obviously can't deposit into a funded account, but we'll leave the deposit at $200 a month. I still think that's a reasonable amount. And again, we'll just do this for 1 year, because again, this isn't a video on how to grow your capital over years. This is a video on how much do you actually need. So you can see you would end the year with 17,600 in profits. So again, that's an amazing return. So a very good amount of money to have, but it's still not money that you can go out and buy Rolexes, Richard Milles, private jets with. So how much do we need? Again, let's just bump this up. Let's push it to 150,000. Again, we're just going to leave the deposit 200. We'll not really worry about that. Sorry, that was 15,000. Let me just add another zero here. So we need 150,000. There we go. So again, this would be 52,000. So this is an amount you could live off, obviously depending on your current lifestyle and your desired lifestyle. But this is a good salary, 50,000. It's not too bad. But again, it's still not enough. So let's just double it. Let's just increase it to 500,000. So again, is this enough? It's a very, very good yearly salary for an average person, but is that, again, that's not covering the lifestyle. So let me just pause here and let's just think about all the 18, 19, 20-year-olds you see on social media flexing all of these cars and living in Dubai with penthouses and stuff. Do you think they've got more than $500,000 in capital, making roughly around this? Again, 2.5%, you could have a great month. You could make, let's say you did 7%. I think 7% is a good month. Over the course of a year, you did 7% a month to make $500,000 or over $500,000. No, I don't think so. So you know what? Let's just be a bit more generous and put this at 3%. Again, this is just pushed to 200,000. So yes, it's good, but it's not enough. So let's just now put this to $1 million. So there you go. You can see now you got $1 million in capital. You would have made $426,000. So again, very, very good money, but it's still not enough really. So now let's go even higher. Let's just put this to 5 million. So there you go. If you have 5 million in capital, you do 3% every month on average, you'll be getting $2 million back. So now this is a very, very good amount. So this is approaching that level of, making a lot of money, enough to start looking towards private jets and things like that. But to live that true influencer lifestyle, that's still not there. These guys claim to be spending this in 1-2 months. So, we need more. So now let's do $10 million. So there you go. You can see that's 4 million a year. And again, I'm not trying to discredit this and say it's not good money, because it definitely is. But again, do these guys really have around $10 million in a trading account? I would suggest not. So This video isn't made to discourage anyone or to put down dreams, because trading shouldn't be looked at as something that's going to make you millions of dollars every month. It should be looked at a way to diversify. What I mean by that is, if you take your trading capital, and I've actually done a video on this a couple of days ago about what I spend my money on, you can use this to get into different things. So you could buy real estate, you can invest in companies, you can buy companies, you can do other things. Trading shouldn't be this holy grail of, oh, I'm going to become a super millionaire by just trading, because, well, yes, it does work for some people. It's definitely not the way. So let's just bring this back down to 100,000. So if you have 100,000 in your trading account, and let's say you've got some sort of side hustle, a job, whatever it may be, some other thing that's bringing money into your bank account, this 40,000 could very easily go to 80,000, again, combined with a different source of income. You could then look to diversify this. You can invest into the S&P for long-term holdings. You could look to buy shares in a company. And when I say buy shares, I don't mean buying stock on like a platform. I mean buying actual shares. So you become a part of the company. Maybe you could start running things. Obviously, it would be a very small company, but you can start building into things. So while I'm not saying that everyone on social media is lying about how much they make, just be very, very careful and just be very aware of the claims they're making and how realistic those claims actually are. Because you can get people that do make very, very good money trading. You know, it's very possible to make $100,000 a year, $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 a year. But claiming to make millions every month, or even hundreds of thousands every month, especially, remember, these guys that are making these claims normally are very young. How have they made that money? And again, I'm not saying it's completely impossible. There will be people that have either come from rich families, or they've moved very, very well. They've built businesses, sold businesses, whatever it may be. Even selling trading services, or like whether it be Discord servers or signals or whatever it may be, that can also bring them in a lot of money. But again, is it 5-10 million worth of capital? Who knows? So again, this isn't me trying to put down goals and dreams. This is just me trying to show you realistic numbers based on maths and how, you know, the laws of it. You know, there's no way around it. This is how it works. So yeah, it's been a short video, not overly interesting, I would say, but hopefully it's been useful to someone. So guys, have a great day. I will see you all very, very soon.